even if they are not specified offences as contemplated in this statute,
Yes,
as far as you are concerned, you still had a mandate to investigate them.
That is correct.
And that was your understanding?
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you, Commissioners. And you then subsequently received, I take it, the Section 2813 application from Advocate Ramsamy, and then you authorized the preliminary investigation.
That is correct.
On the 6th of December. Prior to your authorization, is there any investigation that Advocate Ramsamy or member of her team undertakes, or does she apply her mind to the Section 27 affidavit and perhaps the law, and then drafts the application in terms of 2813, meaning she doesn't seek to obtain documents extraneous to the affidavit?
Correct.
So she works purely on the affidavit
That is correct.
and forms a view.
Correct.
Okay. And now, this morning, as I think Mr. Bodlani indicated, documents were forwarded to the Commission as part of the subpoena requests made. And these have been received, we confirm. In a moment, we'll be turning to them. Yes, no, I hadn't. I said I will be referring you to something. The commissioners will recall that this morning I referenced documents that were requested. Yesterday I indicated that they had started trickling in. And Advocate Johnson read off some documents she had at hand, and she indicated that they've been provided to us. And Mr. Bodlani confirmed that. The documents have been received, and I'd like to, they should be included in your files. I pray they are. We are now in file 8. And I'm interested in particular.
Should we put away those we were using this morning? Or not really?
Judging
not
by the time, yes, I think so. Oh. Considering we're ending at 3, yes.
Because there's quite a clutter in front of us.
I can well imagine. I apologize. Yeah, except for the file containing the referral affidavit, file 2, page 512. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Commissioners. In particular, I wanted us to go to page 3282. That is the authorization in terms of Section 28, sub 13 of the NPA Act. Advocate Johnson, I need us to put a finger on that page and that file. Please don't close it. And let's go back to the referral affidavit. That would be file 2, page 512. Now, in this affidavit, I note at paragraph 2,
Sorry, 5-1.
512 of file 2. Help is coming.
This is file 2. Why do we not have
Page 512.
I don't know why I'm not.
The referral affidavit.
Yes,
Yes.
I had given the file back. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing it.
Did you perhaps, because of the clutter around you, did you take it out of the file?
No. No, I didn't take it out of the file. File 3.
May I request your counsel to, I don't know how many copies they have available, of the referral affidavit, page 512 of file 2. And for your purposes, Mr. Bodlani, we will be flighting it, so you'll follow it on the screen, if you could. Thank you so much.
Apologies. Thank you, Council.
My pleasure, member. Now, if we go to paragraph 2, on this affidavit, I see concerns regarding General Kumalo, General Lushaba, General Madondo. You see that?
I see that.
And overleaf at paragraph 4, that's the suspicion regarding manipulation of procurement processes. At second sentence of that paragraph, I see it says, I suspect that General Kumalo and other senior officers in crime intelligence, including Madondo and Lushaba, were manipulating procurement processes and processes to appoint and promote certain members. You see where I'm reading?
Yes, ma'am.
If we drop further down in that paragraph, fourth line from the bottom, once again, it speaks of persons being appointed to strategic positions, and that such persons are suspected to be loyal and close to Kumalo, Lushaba, and Madondo, and those close to them. I go over leaflet 5. I see reference to General Kumalo, where an allegation is made about the former Minister of Police, Minister Qele. And as we know, paragraph 6 concerns General Lushaba and the theft that occurred at his home. Paragraph 7, once again, it's Kumalo, Lushaba, and Madondo. And I think that's about, then we get to paragraph 8 and 9 and 10, which are concluding paragraphs of that affidavit. You confirm that?
Correct.
Now, this is the same affidavit that Advocate Ramsamy was armed with.
Yes.
Now, let's get back to our file 8, page 3282.
Got it.
Now, at 3282, that's an authorization signed by you. If you look at 3283, it's dated the 6th of December, 2024.
Correct.
And in the first page, you say, I, Andrea Johnson, and you continue regarding your authority. And you indicate that you have reason to suspect that the following offenses have been committed, and you list them. Am I reading your authorization correctly?
Yes.
So these are all the offenses?
Yes, all the possible offenses.
Possible offenses?
Yes.
And you clarify that over leaflet 3283, where you state that these have been committed or are being committed, or attempts have or are being made to commit such offences in an organized fashion by inter alia, the persons or entities in the annexures to be the institution of the investigation in terms of section 2813 of the Act in relation to the activities of South African police services and crime intelligence and any other entity. My question is, that conclusion you draw, that litany of crimes has been committed or being committed or attempts have been made, that can only derive from the Section 27 affidavit.
Correct.
What in the Section 25 affidavit leads you to the conclusion that the crimes listed in there, all or any, have been committed or were being in the process of being committed?
The Prevention and Combating of Corrupt Activities Act falls within the ambit of the allegations in paragraph 4.
Paragraph 4,
Yes.
noted.
Not knowing what all would have happened in the alleged placement and appointment of persons. So it couldn't rule out the corruption. The Prevention of Organized Crime Act would relate to paragraph 4 and likely points to the laundering of money out of crime intelligence.
Yes.
The National Strategic Intelligence Act would relate to the vetting issues.
Okay.
And the Secret Services account relates to the allegation of at the end of paragraph 3, the use of secret funds, and then there is the further allegation in paragraph 5, some of the funds became taken unlawfully from the secret funds account. So wherever there was a relationship with the secret funds account, that act becomes applicable. The procurement fraud, the alleged procurement fraud under the Public Finance Management Act, the Financial Intelligence Center Act also relates in part, just want to get there. To paragraph 7.
Yes.
And then the contravention of the Police Act because of the appointments and the vetting that is referred to. And then the allegations of fraud, theft, forgery and uttering and or defeating, obstructing the administration of justice, which would relate in part to, not in part, in the main to the charges against General Lushaba.
Okay, now, what would be the theft? What would relate to the theft here?
The theft was the actively siphoning money from the Secret Service account.
Okay.
And then there was the one...
and the forgery and
I
uttering?
suspect that funds became taken unlawfully from the Secret Service funds account under paragraph 5.
Thank you. And the forgery and uttering?
That would have been in relation to manipulating of the procurement processes and processes for the appointment, that there could be allegations there of forgery and uttering.
How do we start with manipulation of processes and then we suggest that there was forgery or that manipulation involved forgery? Because the process could have been manipulated in so many different, 1,000 ways. How do you land on forgery and uttering?
It is a possible offense.
Okay.
Yes. No. So perhaps, if you would allow me to just say, is that these are the offenses that one is looking at. They are not open nor are they limited in terms of you go with what you have, but if you don't put in the possibility, usually when you have fraud and or theft, there often does happen to be forgery and uttering, and so if you haven't listed that offense, it might become a challenge later on.
So this is a list of all possible crimes
Within the ambit of the 27.
of the 27?
Yes.
And you so maintain?
Yes.
Okay.
Please define forgery.
It is where, in terms of, for example, with the documents, that someone would have forged someone's signature either in the procurement documents, in the appointment documents, or in the vetting documents. It purely relates to the forgery in terms of putting in.
And there was a basis for suspecting that this had a reasonable suspicion that this had happened?
Reading it in its totality.
Would there be a reasonable suspicion that this had happened?
Correct.
On what basis?
That if
Is there anybody who ever suggested that documents had been forged? For example, that certain people had signed documents purporting to be other people?
That has come afterwards in the investigation, yes.
Yeah, the question is, at
In
this
this instance,
point, when
yes.
you're writing this document,
Yes, that,
what were you relying on to get to the point where you say forgery and uttering is implicated?
I read it, Commissioner Baloy, in paragraph 4, where we talk of the manipulating of procurement processes and processes to appoint and promote certain members to higher strategic positions within the crime intelligence, that in that manipulation, there can be fraud, forgery, or uttering.
Speaking for myself, I don't see how that takes you to forgery. Remember, you've said in the introductory part, before you itemize the offenses you referred to, you have said you have open quote reason, close quote, to suspect. I don't see the reason for you to suspect in what you've said thus far. I just do not.
I take your point. This is what I've got.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. Then just to conclude at 3283, having then itemized those crimes, you say those offenses are being committed or have been committed by, I'm reading the second line, persons or entities in the annexure. Now that annexure appears at 3284. Overleaf. That's the annexure. Now, we have General Kumalo, the General Madondo, General Lushaba, and a list of others. I know, as I indicated to you, that the Section 27 affidavit specifically identifies General Kumalo, General Madondo, and General Lushaba. We just did that exercise at the various paragraphs 2-4. I cannot find in the Section 27 the persons identified under items 4 to 12. And you recall that your testimony was all you had at the time was the Section 27 affidavit. Does not reference any of the people listed from 4 till 12. Where does your annexure get them from?
Johnson, I think the question is, who gave you these names? They're not in the affidavit. We can look at it for the next hour. You will not find the names in 4 up to 12. Somebody gave them to you. Who gave you these names?
This
And under
application-
what circumstances?
This application came to me from the prosecutor.
So Ms. Ramsame will have to tell us where she got these names from.
That would be correct.
Okay.
Did you inquire from her where she got the names from when you know that you only gave her the Section 27 affidavit and you are quite familiar with it?
Yes,
Do you
I-
engage and say, who are these ones now? Where do they come in? How do they come in? They are not in the affidavit. You are not conducting an investigation yet, so you are not obtaining your own evidence. Where do these names come from? Did you have that engagement with her?
I didn't have that.
Why not? Shouldn't you have? Because from what you are suggesting, it's like she looked at those 3 names and said, no, 3 is not a good number, I prefer 12, and start like somarkhoying other names in there. And you signed, and you are happy with that. How come?
As I indicated, according to me, she only had the 27,
Yes.
and she would have then put together the 28.
Yes,
Yes,
which we're looking at.
yes,
And you know the 27 doesn't contain the names from 4 to 12.
that is correct.
So why do you sign it in the form that it is, where suddenly it includes a litany of other people who are not mentioned in 27 affidavit?
Brigadier Makwele is there, sorry. Counsel, you refer to only the first 4?
The first 3,
First 3.
The first 3.
yes.
Sorry, Commissioner Baloy, that I'm now a bit slow. And I don't intend taking the whole afternoon to.
Well,
To read,
I'm just trying to be helpful.
I know,
Because
I'm trying to figure out how she would have arrived at the names because their official capacities mentioned, but the names are not mentioned. I take the point.
you accept that it is not from the
27.
Section 27
Yes.
affidavit that
Yes.
she got the names.
Yes.
You accept that someone must have, if they come from her, someone must have given her these names.
Correct.
Yes.
And I will find out.
And you accept that at this point, when she approaches you with this application, the investigation hasn't started yet. You
That
gave
is-
her the affidavit, she looked at it, and she came back to you
That is
and
correct.
said, we need to have a preliminary investigation. So you accept at this point, there's no investigation yet.
Correct.
All right, thank you.
My challenge is this, Advocate Johnson. You are authorizing an investigation into 8 people who are not mentioned in the singular document you have. They are not referred to you. There's no complaint regarding them. But you are authorizing an investigation into them. In terms of what section are you acting in so doing?
A conversation must have happened
With who?
Sure.
That's a question.
with Advocate Ramsamy.
No, she's not conversing by her soul self. Who is she conversing with?
What I'm saying is, she and I must have had a conversation.
Oh, so you are aware of
I'm
them?
saying she and I must have had a conversation, and I will follow that up, because I don't have an independent recollection of a conversation. And she would have to indicate then if she had a conversation with somebody else. I wouldn't just have blindly signed it without finding out from her.
Did you perhaps suggest these names to her?
No, these are not people I know.
Can I say that the difficulty is that you don't seem to